3 years. I don't know if I'm going to be as involved this year now that Gary's taken over the helm, but I'll still be rooting for you guys. That's for sure.
That's love. That's love. Appreciate you. I'm excited. I'm excited for this summer.
Well, that's a good intro. We're live a little late into the show. Sorry, I had some things going on, but welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome back to the Fourth Man Podcast. Additional stream here. We're just tapping in with the first pick on the clock. I guess Miami 305's got the first pick. So it'll be pretty interesting. They just mentioned the draft order. I didn't get to actually hear what the order will be, but it looks like it's going to be a snake draft. So it's going to be the first 4 teams that don't have owners yet, and then it'll go the other way. So appreciate everyone who tunes in. We'll just kind of make our instant reactions. We got Deshawn here. We don't know if Garland Green will join, but Deshawn's the newest co-captain of Ball Hogs, and we might have Isaiah Austin, the new co-captain of Trilogy, dropping in. So I don't know if that's breaking news or anything, but we'll see. We'll give you we'll get your analysis, Deshawn, just being in the league for a long time. You know, you were the first ever BIG3 All-Star MVP and had a ball-out season with the Aliens, took you to the playoffs the one and only time, and I know that you've played different roles the past couple of years. Before the first pick gets under the way, and we won't cut you off, or we might cut you off if it does, but how do you feel being on the Ball Hogs and kind of hopefully getting back to the role you had with Aliens where, you know, you're more involved in kind of the schemes and the plays rather than just kind of, you know, doing all kind of side hustle work?
Yeah, it's cool. I think I'm very excited for it. It kind of has a feel of the season when I got drafted with the Aliens, because I kind of feel like our team's looked at as underdogs right now. So it's exciting for me to step into this summer and be a piece. And the fact that Gary and the other guy, CJ, wanted me aboard is like it's a great feeling. But I'm excited for it. Can't wait to get started.
So Miami 305 makes the first pick, and it's none other than the latest addition to the draft pool, Lance Stevenson. So Lance and Michael Beasley will be playing one-on-one against each other on June 6th, and then we'll team up together and the Big 3 on June 14th. I mean,
that's tough. As we thought.
I mean, as expected. I mean, maybe Miami knew that they were going to be the first pick, and him and Beach were having conversations. I don't know how that went, but pretty expected. And I think there'll be. I mean, I think within this draft, I mean, it's really tough right now because there's 100+ people in the draft pool. A lot of really good options of people. A lot of guys help this league grow, which is the toughest part, right? Because you want to give that respect to them. But I think that we'll see a lot of people that we've seen in previous years. But I'd be interested to see who kind of the newer faces to the league will be. The Houston Rig Hands are on the clock right now. Deshawn, is there anybody that hasn't played in this league that you know of personally that you think could go tonight or would be interesting to see in this league?
Tough call. I mean, I know a couple guys that were heading to the combine. Just trying to think any names on top. Like Jordan Hamilton is a pretty good guy. But after just looking at the posts and seeing so many guys that already played in the league, like Deontay Green and Mike Taylor, and seeing guys like them at the combine, I didn't realize so many people were still putting their names in the draft pool. And it's like, it's so many different names. Like you really can't. It's tough to try and filter out who's gonna go, you know?
Yeah.
It could be new names, it could be the old names, it could be anybody, honestly. Draft pool is so big at that. I also seen Julian Gamble at the combine, which is a tough name for sure.
Yeah. No doubt. Houston Rig Hands on the clock. It's basically just Bivouac 2.0. Call them the Houston Rig Hands franchise. Now, I guess not necessarily the champions, but these are the champions coming up.
How did they get the second pick? What's going on here?
Well, as far as I know, the teams that don't have owners solidified yet get the first 4 picks. I'm not exactly sure the reasoning behind that. Or maybe
they said the 4 owner teams had the first 4 picks, and then the next 4 teams had the next ones.
So I guess the guys that basically paid for their teams and that transaction's gone through are going to get their say. and then the rest is from there. I was just going to post this here.
Is there an official draft pool like there has been in years past?
You know, there is one. I don't know if it's public though, Deshawn. That's the thing. So
yeah, it's definitely not public.
I've been doing a little work on behind the scenes, constantly updating it, but they never. I don't know if they ever released it because of how many people are constantly being updated. I mean, yesterday alone, I probably changed the same thing back and forth 3 or 4 times on that list just to send it out again. So,
well, my guy Jody's in it, right?
I think Jody is in it.
That's a big name out there.
That's what I'm saying. There's so many names in the draft pool. It's like
there's a lot of
no idea.
Deshawn, who's picking for the Ball Hogs right now? Is Gary in charge?
Yeah. I feel like Gary and CJ handle most of that, and we kind of just give our inputs about it, but they have their hands on it. They kind of know how they want to run the team this summer, so I think they have a good idea of what they want and what we need. But again, the draft pool is so big, so I have no idea.
And are you guys kind of already in a communication where you're already in a group chat, just kind of having conversations early on? Okay, yes, gotcha.
Yeah, CJ got that done right away.
Yeah. Who the second pick is here. So they went Jalen Johnson. So they're trying to run the whole squad back.
That's tough.
I mean, how do you not, right? I mean, I guess you wanted
right
those guys last year.
Man, we drafted 2 years ago. That was we enjoyed having him on the Ball Hogs. We wanted to get him last year, but Bivouac stole him out from under us a couple picks early. But that's a great player. Super versatile.
Yeah, I feel like he picked up toward the end of the season too, just in terms of like now a couple years under his belt, having some comfortability.
Yeah, for sure. He definitely picked up way better in the second half of the summer.
Who's on the clock now? Deshawn, do you feel like it took you a little while to get adjusted to the format of the league? Like, obviously, everyone grows up probably playing 3-on-3, even if you're not playing as a professional. But do you feel like – I mean, because I feel like your first year you kind of balled out. But
I was going to say my first year was kind of the best one, I think. I think it was kind of just figuring out how to adjust to being on different teams at that point. With Aliens, it was so free, because everything was brand new. Deshawn was trying to implicate the European style into the BIG3, so it was kind of complicated to deal with at first. So it was free. It was just easy to play. Wasn't really too much to adjust to. But going to a couple of different teams now is kind of just figuring out how to mesh with the other guys and kind of find a rhythm. But I mean, it's been a cool journey, meeting different people and kind of establishing different relationships and just kind of figuring out the league more and more. But it's an adjustment for sure.
Yeah. And we got the new coach in the league, which we haven't seen in a while, Calvin Murphy. He's a Houston guy. And so you guys now are being coached by the reigning coach champion, which is interesting.
Yes, sir. I'm very excited for it. I'm very excited. I talk to GP all the time every summer, like just passing, and obviously I know Garland and Gerald and them. So just having those relationships and talking to those guys, this should be an easy transition for me. So like I said again, I'm excited for this summer. It should be a good one.
Yeah, going back to what you said, I feel like, chemistry is obviously more important than ever, just playing this game in general, but like even more so in a league where you don't have a lot of time to ramp up. There's not really like a training camp, which I know a lot of guys say that they pick their buddies or their friends or people they know really well, but maybe, in some ways I kind of think that's why they go pick guys they know, because they already know their style of play and the way they want to play in some cases, which helps get off to an early start here.
But then you have some cases like Nazir Cord last summer killed it in the combine, got picked up, killed it in the season. Like it's just that spur of the moment thing, anything can happen really.
So we got
a great season last season.
Man, he made waves for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if Miami tries to go get him, but I mean, I guess would that fit their style right now? They got Reggie, Mario, and Bees.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always use more bigs in this league, but you don't. The versatility is everything. So
yeah, that is a tough thing though. The big three size is you can't teach height, So it's tough. It's tough to shy away from it. Like guys like Nazir, even guys like Hezzy that jumped into the league, like that don't have too much size, but they can score. They can score the ball, man.
Wow. So Ray Nixon goes number 3 overall.
My God.
State. He goes to Detroit. Wow.
That's tough. I love it.
Good for Ray.
I love it, my dog.
So what's the rest of the team? That's Joe Johnson, that's Jeremy Pargo, and who else?
Darnell.
D-Block, Darnell Jackson.
They got themselves a lengthy, versatile shooter.
Yes, sir. Defender.
I was looking at his stats from last year, and he shot 53% from 3 last year. Like, just stupid. Christian, you know a little bit about scouting, though. You've been scouting for the former said Ball Hogs for a few years, right? I mean, what do you usually look for during the draft process typically?
I mean, we were looking for versatile 3-and-D guys who could provide length, who could provide, the ability to switch defensively, and also, of course, in the 3-on-3 game, be able to step out and knock down some shots. I think over the past couple of years, the thing where we struggled a bit was our 2 best players with Leandro and Jody were, undersized guards. And so I think kind of that swing man was the role that we were missing a little bit. And so I think the roster this year, at least on paper, looks a little bit more balanced, at least from the jump.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how they round out the edges, but at least on paper, the core 3 look a little bit more balanced from an on-court perspective.
100%. So LA Riot are on the clock.
I was talking to you guys last summer.
With the Ball Hogs?
Yeah, I was talking to you guys last summer.
That's right, because we had the second pick.
Yeah, Dewan.
We had the second pick, and we were gonna. Honestly, I think
Summers was contacting me.
Yeah, I think we were gonna take you right up until the last second when we found out Larry.
Yeah, and then Power took me too.
Yeah.
Deshawn, I feel like ever since that first year, actually, even in the first year, you're just like a hot commodity every summer.
I love it.
You're just like perfect for this league.
I love it.
I mean, what's that wingspan? 7'5"?
Yeah, 7'3", 7'4", something like that.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's been a blessing so far. So.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's definitely got to be a good feeling. So we got the LA Riot on the clock. Obviously, probably the biggest name we hear about in the Big Three, or when they make announcements, is the addition of Dwight Howard. He'll be joined by Jordan Crawford and Elijah Stewart. So I can call it Enemies 2.0. It's another tough team. It's kind of Dwight's farewell tour in a sense. I think he mentioned this, but it's going to be his last year playing. But I think he's trying to help the league grow. I'll be interested to see how they go here. I don't know. I'm sure Dwight's got some guys in mind. There's some really interesting names in the draft pool. Like, seriously, like not just guys that have played in the league. And obviously, there's like 4 different teams where they have been sunsetted, and so that leaves a lot of players there. But just like new additions, I mean, there's one guy in this draft that's like 7'4". I have no idea.
No way.
But he's a 7'4", 300-pounder big.
What?
Is it like Sim Bolhar?
A little bit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Johnson.
That makes sense.
Wesley Johnson to the LA Riot. Yeah, I feel like he was the one guy that wasn't on a team, but yet he was still being talked about a lot.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And I think he's been coaching or doing some player development with the Clippers for a while, so it's probably he's probably in pretty good shape still, ready to go.
That's tough.
Stays in LA too. If he is with the Clippers, stays in LA. Wow.
That's tough.
Now Chicago triplets are on the clock, which that is the Jay Rich, Montrez, Kimba team. That's another team.
Now that they scale back from 12 to 8, the talent is so condensed. It's like every team is just stacked from top to bottom.
I mean, it's insane. It really is.
Kemba Walker, Jason Richardson, Montrez. That sounds like those guys could still get some burn in the league.
It almost makes you wonder. I don't know. It makes you wonder if, condensing down to 8 teams was the right move. I mean, I don't know what's going on logistically in the background, but it definitely feels like there's a lot of guys that aren't going to be drafted tonight. You're going to be like, how? I mean, what happened?
Yeah, for sure. It's tough. Nick's going to talk crazy.
The new teams with the new logos, they look pretty good.
Leandro wasn't in the draft pool, was he?
No, I
don't think I saw him.
Okay, so he's retired, I suppose.
I guess or he's just focused on coaching. Maybe. I guess if he's not a captain, he's like, oh well, whatever.
Well, hopefully Jody and Deshawn get picked up. Those are my guys.
Yeah,
I like Deshawn a lot.
And Deshawn's one of those guys too, like lengthy wing that can shoot.
Jody is a sharp.
And Jody, I mean, he's just a bona fide scorer. Man. I'm trying to think of the ties between Ray and the rest of the Amps. Maybe he just looked really good and kind of take historical data of what he did last year, and they're just like, he's the perfect fit for our team. But
yeah, for sure. I mean, they know of him.
Yeah. I thought he was going to go to I thought he was going to be picked right here.
I thought it was this pick. I thought he would be this pick for sure.
Because Chicago's got Dr. J. They got Jay Rich. Mm-hmm. I know.
They probably, honestly, Ray probably got stolen from them because I'm pretty sure they were going to pick up Ray.
Oh, really? Yeah. It makes the most sense. I feel like they have tried to keep Ray as much as they can.
Yeah. Doc loves Ray.
Which Ray is a great story in this league. I mean, undrafted, comes into the league, gets an opportunity in the final game of the 2022 season.
Mm-hmm.
Drops like crazy 2 points. It goes absolutely absurd. And now he's just like a staple.
Love it.
Okay. See who Chicago goes then.
And Ray kind of like has a second job by working out the athletes too in the hotels we be at. So he does both, man.
So they didn't get their old Tri-State guy in Ray, but they got Amir Johnson.
That's tough.
This is the all NBA team.
Seriously.
All these guys spent at least a decade plus in the league.
Amir's a 2-time champion in this league. Wow. So that Jay Rich, they got a lot of size.
Got to make up for Kemba being out there.
Hey, maybe make up for Kemba a little bit.
All right, Ball Hogs are on the clock.
Let's get it.
Go. Deshawn,
do you know, Deshawn? Do you know? Do you have a little intel?
No.
No.
God, terrible
under oath.
No, sir.
Terrible poker face.
Yeah, I don't play poker, man. I'm not a poker guy.
Give us a little hint. Without knowing who's in the draft pool, let me see if I could guess it.
I have no idea.
Okay.
It's too much. There's too many names in the draft pool, man. You can go anywhere.
We still got a lot of guys from last year.
Yeah. Well, there's someone from
Jonathan is in the draft again.
Who? What name did you say?
Oh, Jonathan Simmons. My internet might be cutting out. It's great.
Oh, no way.
Javier Carter's in the draft pool. He was on. He was coached by Gary Payton last year, right?
He was with Bivak last year.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, Doc. Is that a Prada hat?
Rocking the Christmas jersey. It's kind of weird. Yeah.
Man, Doc be.
All right, I think the internet's stable again. Yes. Man, I don't even know. I saw like some other names like Jordan McRae was an interesting name in there.
Ooh.
Tennessee Volunteer, right?
That's tough. Yeah.
Sir Dominic Pointer was in there. His defensive stats are nuts overseas. I don't know what league he's playing in, but his steal and block numbers are crazy. Who's else? I saw like Gilly and Ellie Choppa in the BIG3 combine today.
I saw Wallow too, but I know Wallow's not playing.
No.
I know he wasn't playing at all.
I think the other two at least have the like they're able to play in the celebrity game, got a little bit of credibility there, but Wallow just kind of the other half to Gilly, I feel like.
This is the longest 2 minutes.
Still got time to spoil it.
You know what's crazy is it didn't even feel this long when I was actually being drafted. I mean, I guess I already knew I was going to get picked, so that makes sense.
Yeah, at this point. Jeff Teague's in the draft. I forgot Jeff's in the draft.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, Jeff Teague's in the draft.
Any other big NBA guys that were in the draft pool?
Lance was definitely the biggest one. I can't think of them off the top of my head.
Lance and Wesley were like the only ones I knew about.
Gotcha.
I would say Jordan McRae was the other one that, I mean, he just stuck out to me, but I don't know. Jeff Teague. There's a lot of guys from like the next chapter.
All right, my prediction. Since Gary coached him last year, I'll say this might be Javier.
Oh, Chris Johnson. Oh man, that is tough.
That's elite.
That is tough.
That's elite. Yes, sir.
His shooting numbers last summer were insane. I remember he torched us.
I was going to say there was one game where he just went absolutely stupid.
I think it was probably against the Ball Hogs.
Maybe Bivouac too. That was their only loss last year. Wow.
We just could not guard him.
So I guess the last two teams are Dallas and the DMV. Those team is pretty disgusting too. Y'all have a lot of size. A lot.
Yeah.
He don't need no more chips, but he got enough on his shoulder, and I think he's gonna really.
Man, you and Chris is just on defense too when y'all are in the game.
That's a lot of size. Yeah,
that's a lot of size, a lot of rim protection, man. That's.
It sounds like we need a lot of size this summer.
Hanging out here with one of my favorite players of all time.
Weird seeing Gary Ball Hogs.
Congratulations, Boston Ball Hogs. Now, you got a championship last year.
You got to do us all a favor this year and get a Ball Hogs
back to back
to the playoffs. That too.
GP to get a back to back.
Yeah.
size. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to pressure people, and we're just going to make people understand that we can be there. Boston, get ready. GP, the glove, and the Boston Ball Hogs are coming to your city. It's the 2025 BIG3 Draft. Q Thomas.
Tattoo's so good at being tattoo. I love it.
Because of that energy, yeah.
He was like made for this.
He's the voice. The voice.
Power.
So they got their team was just announced today. They got Greg Monroe, Glenn Rice Jr., and Paul Millsap.
My dog. I'm glad G Rice still in here, man.
Man, that team is crazy too. They're coming in with a lot of size, so they got a lot of options.
Yeah, that's tough.
They got a lot of options here.
G Rice being the smallest guy is insane.
Yeah. And he's just been a bucket in this league too. And I mean, Paul only played.
Wake up and get a bucket.
Paul only played one game, and I know he's kind of coming off the Achilles injury, but he dropped 21, 5, and
he was elite on his first showing.
Posterize somebody. Oh,
right.
Did he say a family thing? I mean, TJ's definitely at some point. I just don't know if he's going to be the guy here.
I can definitely see TJ coming back in.
Wait, who are their captains again? They were just announced today, right?
Yeah. So Greg Monroe, Glenn Rice, and
Paul Millsap.
Yeah.
That's right. So Paul's back, even though he tore his Achilles week 1, but he's all good.
Apparently, he didn't tear his Achilles. It was an Achilles injury. He never tore it out fully. I didn't know that either until just recently. TJ Klein. Not too much.
Gotta have him.
I mean, not too much of a surprise here.
Hey, man. TJ plays with a lot of energy, bro.
I was going to say, TJ's been a league. Yeah.
Yeah. My guy.
And the good thing, I mean, for Dallas, too, it's like they could have probably waited to take TJ, but they're going to be, I mean, they're basically the next team to pick after Trilogy because of the snake draft. So
yeah, exactly.
You're not really missing out too much, depending on
it goes right back.
Yeah.
Understand what it takes to win the Big 3. Like you said, she been using them all his life.
Let's see. So I'm curious, what other captains or co-captains from teams last year have not been picked yet?
So many.
Well, and here's the thing too. You always go. I mean, historically, teams just always go size, anyways. It looks like
most of the time
in the first round at least. So guys have gone big or they've gone wing.
Yeah, I mean, let me look back at the stats here. So, three-headed. Oh, Brandon Moss is still on the board, isn't he?
Brandon Moss is still there.
Oh, yeah, because they're three-headed monsters. Their captains were Brandon Moss, Jeff Teague, who are both available, and then Greg Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, the whole Killer Threes team is available.
Yeah. Nasir Kaur is still available. He wasn't a captain, but Jody and Dewan are still available, and Larry Sanders.
Oh, I didn't know Larry's name was still in there.
I don't know if it is or not. I'm just looking at guys that were on rosters last year that haven't been.
Larry's in there.
Quincy should still be in there too. Quincy Miller.
Yeah, Quincy Miller.
Dante Green, Frank Nitti.
Frank could go with one of these picks right here. That's Stack's guy. I don't know. I mean, Stack is the whole reason he came to this league and was a co-captain.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I can
Marcus
see
Foster, Royce White.
Doing that.
Both in there, both in the pool.
Let's see. Trilogy. Yeah, Isaiah Briscoe, Earl Clark, all those guys, huh?
Well, they're Earl, Briscoe, and Zeke are all going to be the captains.
Are the captains? Okay, that's what I thought.
That hasn't been announced
of
yet.
which team?
Of Trilogy. So Isaiah Austin, Isaiah Briscoe, and Earl Clark. They'll be the.
Oh, gotcha.
So
That's the only
be
team
crazy.
they didn't. It's the only team they didn't post, I believe.
Yeah, I think there was some back and forth on who was going to be the third captain, and then Isaiah was supposed to be retired. Zeke was supposed to be retired, and he's like, "No, I'm coming back."
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That's right.
I wish he was still joined. I don't know what happened.
Devin Ebanks is still out there. He was with Aliens last year.
Ah, that's true.
Joined
Dev
halfway
is
through the
still
year,
out
but he had a good year. Javier Carter from Bivouac. Chris Allen from Enemies. Jeff, my guy Jeff Ayers from the Triplets.
Oh, Jeff is out there.
Jeff is out
Come on,
there.
somebody go pick up Jeff. Gennaro Pargo, Jamario Moon. That's a man who's been in the league for a while. There's not enough picks left for all these guys.
That's what I'm saying. There's
What?
that's what I'm saying. There's
going to be a lot of guys that are mainstays of the league that just there's not going to be room for them.
Yeah, that's really what makes it tough. I mean, a lot of these guys help grow this league to what it is today.
Yeah,
Giving it credibility for all these I guess more prominent names that want to join in the first place. So it's just really tough.
Earl Clark has always been like one of the elite players to me in this league.
Yeah,
for sure.
Earl and Briscoe are like a crazy tandem, and I think they've shown
Yeah.
that. But
Like you can't do anything with them.
Who's Trilogy's coach?
Zach.
Oh, he's still okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's the DMV team.
Yeah. I could definitely see them going nitty. Oh,
DeJuan.
your guy.
oh wow, that's tough.
Jeez.
Let's go.
It's a great pick for them.
That's big time.
He can shoot the ball.
Let's go,
Part of
DeJuan.
their issue last year where they didn't make enough shots.
That's extremely tough. Wow.
DeJuan's
He gets
DeJuan's
to
from
go
the
to
DMV.
his hometown
Yeah.
DMV team.
Yeah, he gets
I
to go.
love
He
that.
That's love.
Wow. So now they got size. I got length on the wing. They got the guy who's dropped the most points in a single game.
Like,
I mean, did they go get another guard? They just add more. I don't think you can have enough size in this league is the only thing.
for sure, especially the way it's going now.
DMV legend gets to go home.
Wow.
He's there this year. I think Isaiah Briscoe was the only representative from Trilogy at last year's draft.
Yeah, last year it was Briscoe.
Staggers just posted up. Sunglasses on.
This is crazy.
Trying to think.
It's such a different dynamic because of the four teams gone. So it's like
Yeah.
that's eight whole picks out the door.
Yeah.
Like 8 extra picks.
I mean, you really have to like think this through, and then at the same time, it's like how many like we might not really see a lot of chances being taken, you know?
Right.
Yeah, you think about it, that 5 guys on a team, 12 teams, there's typically 60 in the league. Now there's only 40.
Yeah. Numbers.
So a third of the league a third of the players are just gone.
Obviously with previous summers though, there's always that people can get swapped out in the middle of the summer, like if something happens, God forbid. But yeah, I mean there's always a chance, but it's the numbers are definitely different this year.
Well, and I feel like last year too, especially with Trilogy, they took some chances. I mean, not to say, I mean, they had Roscoe Smith early on, who hadn't played in the league yet.
Yeah.
They had Caddy Lane, who was pretty good. It took him a minute to get going, but I thought he was pretty good. And then they had Flight, who you just kind of had to have on the team again. Out of respect to him for being in this league, having the most titles. And to think that they were 0-4 to start the year, and they somehow made it all 8 weeks, is pretty insane. So
Yeah.
see what they build this year will be interesting for sure. I think Frank's going to be the next pick is my prediction here, but we'll see.
Oh yeah, they get the next pick, right?
Yeah. Dang. they're already jumping in the next round.
They're keeping this moving.
They did. Like,
That's crazy. I have no problem with it. It's 2 a.m. here.
I
Well,
was
about
gonna
to be 3.
yeah, it's like Deshawn,
Where are you? Where are you, Deshawn?
In Romania.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How much left do you have in your season?
We're supposed to finish like the week before BIG3 starts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow! So right to it.
Yeah.
And you have family with you, sir?
What was that?
You have the whole family there with you?
Yeah. My wife and baby girl are here, so that's good. It makes it a little bit easier.
I was gonna say, yeah, for sure. That's awesome.
But we'll be flying back and probably straight to Chicago after we're gonna fly home for a little bit and straight to Chicago.
I feel like a lot of you guys do that though. I know Chris Johnson's done that.
Yeah. I mean, most of the times I get to come home a little bit sooner, at least like 2 weeks before. But this year we should be winning the championship, so we're gonna go the whole mile.
You're on a pretty historic team out there, right, in Romania?
Yeah, big Romanian team here.
Yeah, that's cool.
Is Xavier Simpson still doing the hook shot?
Of course. Every chance he gets. Every chance he gets. He's really good. He's really good.
Yeah, I'm looking at your guys' roster here.
This is actually Xavier Simpson's first year overseas. Crazy.
Oh, really?
He was with the Thunder's G League team.
Yeah, he's been in the G League for some years. I think he played in the league for a little bit, but this is his first year actually overseas.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah, we figured it. We called it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, Nitty.
Man, your stream is like 4 seconds ahead of mine over here. So
really,
you're like, whoa, ruining all the picks for me.
The guy in Romania stream is faster than yours out in LA.
Man, I got good service.
I'm not coming unless good Wi-Fi. I always feel weird typing in Frank's like official name on stuff. I always feel like his name is actually just Frank Nitty.
Possession is one of those guys never quit, play both sides, offense.
I wonder if I can.
And get out.
Wow, so they got Frank and Briscoe in the backcourt.
Dashed.
And they got DeJuan, Earl on the wing, and Isaiah Austin.
That's tough.
Solid squad.
Nitty's. That's like a team of dogs for real.
I feel like Nitty's coming for blood this summer.
Yeah, that's a team of dogs.
Especially after they went 0-6 last year. I don't think he's
all dogs. You talking about a team that can talk? They're about to be talking all summer long.
Yeah, that's good for Stack too. I mean, Stack. That's full circle. Stack pretty much brought him to this league. He was on the same team with them. They went to the championship together in 2019.
Yeah,
I might. WWE is crazy. Crazy. Question is, who does Dallas go here? Do they have some kind of? I feel like every year TJ's recruiting someone from Israel.
Oh yeah, it's TJ for sure.
Yeah, they're joining the squad.
It's TJ for sure. I can see them. I can see them picking Marcus back up though. They have the size already. I mean,
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
I could definitely see them picking Marcus back up.
They just never pick the same second round pick every year. It feels like. Oh, when John knows
Wait,
He
Mike,
actually-
ahead of yours? I had that pick early. That's wow, interesting.
so,
That's not even Paul's team, is it?
that is Paul's team.
Well, that is Paul's team. Gotcha.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Is Al Jefferson not playing this year?
He's in the pool. I don't know.
Oh, that's a big name.
Yeah, I feel like Al though. When he first joined the league with triplets, and when he was playing with aliens last year, there was a huge. I don't know what he was doing in that gap of when he wasn't playing, but he looked a little slower first step.
Man can still get buckets though.
He still
we're
gets.
back on.
Ball hogs.
Oh,
All right, you got a chance to bring it back. CJ and Gary are doing all the.
I know nothing.
I'll text him right now.
CJ
He
is
might tell
Gary's
you.
assistant.
I
Yeah,
believe so. Yeah.
he was a longtime assistant, or pretty much the assistant since the league started for Three-Headed Monsters. So him and GP were pretty close for a long time, and I think he was just helping out Richard last year and the year before Reggie Theus.
Gotcha.
And this league is based on, collabing with people that you really like, respect, and you know their game. So,
I don't feel like we talked a lot about Greg Monroe last year.
Yeah. He did great though.
Yeah. Super solid.
Yeah, he has some great games where you were just looking like, all right, he's really like that. He's tough.
Yeah, he's great for this league, playing on the block like that and then stretching the floor a little bit here and there.
Yeah,
But being a passer out of the post too.
for sure.
There we go.
5 seconds, Deshawn.
Tough. Yes, sir.
That's a great pick.
Simmons. Wow.
That's a dog.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Mm,
I like to have first one, post rising.
yeah, it's
I'm
pretty
surprised he hasn't been selected yet, but again, and with the eight only
Who?
being teams, Jonathan Simmons.
Oh,
We're just hoping he was still gonna be available.
Surprised he still is, but with the 8 teams, I guess that makes sense.
so we got Kevin Murphy, Scotty Hobson, Deshawn, Chris Johnson, and Jonathan
Jonathan
Simmons.
Simmons.
That's a lot of scoring and a lot of size.
Yes, sir.
A lot of size.
Smallest guy is Kevin Murphy, who's like 6'6", right?
Mm-hmm.
That's totally different than the teams we've had the past couple of years.
And Jonathan didn't play last year because he was hurt, I believe. But I mean, he's coming off an all-star season the year before. I'm sure he's been playing overseas too. So y'all don't look like underdogs too much anymore.
Hey man, we never believed it anyway.
I was gonna say,
we never believed it anyway.
here's the thing: Scotty Hobson's already been whatever league he was playing in the Philippines. They already shoot for us over there, so he's been shooting.
Right? Yeah, I seen that. I saw a video on that. I said that's incredible.
Now they got a whole line, but still, the fact that he's got range like that, tough team. What are we expecting from Dwight this summer, Deshawn? I mean, realistically, I don't know if he played with them overseas. I know he's been playing over in kind of Asia a little bit more.
I haven't played against him overseas, but I can see him showing more of his bag this summer. So I think he's going to step out a little bit. I think he's going to try and handle the ball a little bit. So it's definitely going to be a little different Dwight than what we're used to seeing, you know. But that's just my perception on it. Chris Allen. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't even know why I was picking that one. I forgot who was picking.
My God.
I mean, Chris has basically been talking like he knew he was going to play in the league all summer.
Oh yeah. When I seen him get added last summer, I actually talked to him before. I was like, oh yeah, you're about to stick, bro.
Yeah, I mean he's a bona fide scorer too.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people in the Big 3 chat are talking about
this is the team I thought he would stay with. I thought LA was going to keep him, but
I think I saw him and Trez working out somewhere. So I think Trez, and I don't know if him and Jay Rich played together in college. No, they're from the same Michigan State squad. Oh, look who we got. There's newest coach.
There you go.
What's up?
Yo.
There you go. What's happening?
What's the deal, man? What y'all got going?
We're trying to ask you that. You said you were retiring. You were put on your coaching hat and leads to another, and here you are with the Trilogy squad. Y'all's team looks crazy.
I can't really hear nobody.
Oh no. What's going on?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. What it do, man? How y'all doing?
Hey, good. We were asking you that. I was saying that you said you were retired. You said you were putting the coaching hat on, and out of the blue, you said, "Hey, I'm coming back," and now you got a crazy squad with Trilogy.
Yeah, man, it's looking all right. The Lord has blessed me. You know, I asked him for another year to be able to play and compete, and my doctor ended up clearing me. So I went through extensive testing. I started a new medication. It's just great for me to be able to continue to play the game that I love.
That's incredible. And
blessing.
yeah, first off, glad to hear that you're healthy. Definitely excited that you're back in the league. I'm sure being close to a back-to-back, you knew you had to jump back in and try to make sure you secure another one as best you can. Y'all's team is pretty solid with you, Briscoe, and Earl, and adding Nitty and DeJuan Summers. How are you feeling after kind of completing the squad?
I feel great. I feel like Stack Jack is a great coach. He's going to be somebody who's going to push us. He's going to let me beat me. He's going to let Briscoe beat him, and he's going to let everybody else on our team just play the way that we want to play. We're going to get out there and get after guys this summer.
Yeah. And as soon as you said that, LA Riot just picked up Jeff Teague. They got a new backcourt member there.
Plays comfortable.
Deshawn was saying, Zeke, you got a bunch of shit talkers.
Yeah.
On your team.
We do. I mean, we might be the shit talkers of the league this summer,
best
man.
Best trash talkers.
I got best trash talker last season. I'm willing to get that back to back. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be between me and Mike Taylor. I already know what it is. So
somebody from your team.
Between you and Stack, the coach. I know GP's known for winning it a lot too, just as a coach. So that's the fun part about it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy.
Guys,
yes, sir.
Because if you're not familiar,
it'll be interesting too. I mean, you'll be playing your old team, the guys you won a championship, the guys you kind of been working with for a while to bring enemies to relevance. I mean, it was a long time coming, and finally you stuck with it, and you guys put the right team together and found the right pieces, and ultimately now it's like y'all were turning into a staple before some of the changes. It's gotta be like weird thinking that you're gonna be playing those guys like JC and Elijah and just kind of being not on the outside looking in, but on a new squad with new threads, Yeah,
it's a little bit different for me, because I got drafted to the enemies and then I stayed with them for the 4 years that I was in the Big 3, and we had some great memories and we stamped ourselves in history. Our first year in the playoffs was also the first year that we won the ship. And I got nothing but love and respect for those guys, but in between those lines, you know how it gets.
100%.
I like that answer.
So we got A couple more picks, I think, here. We got the Amps. And we got what else we got?
Hey, I appreciate y'all, fellas. I got to go spend some time with my family, but I just wanted to hop on for a little bit.
No, it's all good. Appreciate you hopping in, Zeke. Good luck this season.
God bless you.
Yeah,
Yep.
All right, my guy.
it's gonna be amazing to have. But then, you know, everything that he does with the 520, the podcast, everything he's done this year.
Got the quick cameo from Isaiah Austin.
Right.
That's funny. So I think we got a few more picks. We got the Amps.
Who was LA's first pick?
Their first pick was Wesley Johnson. So that
Wesley,
team.
yeah, Wesley.
That team is stacked.
Yeah, it's tough.
Dwight, Jordan Crawford, Elijah Stewart, Wes Johnson, and Jeff Teague.
They got the podcast crew too. They're gonna be doing podcasts all summer.
Definitely podcast.
That's some funny stories.
Hey man, you get Dwight in foul trouble though. That's their only big on the entire team.
Yeah.
I mean, Wes Johnson's like 6'8", but still the only true big.
Yeah. That'll be
It's hard to get in foul trouble in the big thing.
We had some guys last year getting in foul trouble.
That's true. I mean, I definitely fell in that category a couple of times. It just depends how early you get it. You get the two quick ones.
Yeah.
It
I guess
starts
it
getting
depends on what they're calling it too. Like sometimes they call like all the ticky tacky stuff, and sometimes someone was getting clothesline and they were like, nah, it's not a foul.
It's insane.
Especially because it's like you get 6, right? But it's 3 in the first half, and then you have to sit, right?
Oh wow. Okay.
I remember there were a couple times where like Leandro and Larry picked up 2 really early, and Rick had to bring them out because it was like right when the game started. Otherwise, you'd have to have them sit for the rest of the first half.
Right. So
he had a solid summer. Shakir had a solid summer.
Shakir Justin. Man, he had a crazy first season. Got drafted, got let go, but then the whole Portland thing happened with Microsoft and everything going wrong at the airport. Goes back to Three-Headed Monsters. Also scoots up for Trilogy that same week. And then 2 weeks later, he's with Triplets to try to get them to the playoffs. Pretty crazy summer. But, I mean, hey, plenty of experience. The Amps got
Hold up. So there's what, two picks left?
Yeah.
2 picks left. The Rick Hands, who could definitely just go Javier here and bring the whole squad back. And then, which is normally what the league does, if anyone's familiar or new to the league. If you win the championship, everybody gets to come back. And if you're in the championship, everybody can come back as well.
That was a big thing for them, though. They wanted to bring the same team back.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if Javier goes here, and then that would leave the 305 with one more pick.
There's a lot of guys out there. Jody Meeks, Brandon Moss.
And 305 could run their own team back with Nas Core.
Nas Core. That's right. Wow.
Facts.
A lot of people are saying draft ISO Tay. I guess he's a next chapter guy.
ISO Tay.
ISO Joe and ISO Tay.
Man, I'm shocked guys like Jody and Brandon weren't picked up.
Yeah.
I remember when we were talking about this like a couple months ago.
Yeah,
we were thinking Brandon would be the number 1 pick.
Yeah, and then the pool got deep. Which Brandon, I mean, he's coming off an all-star season being the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
It's just hard. It's just hard. It really is.
Javier. It's good, you know. Javier. If it ain't broke, don't break it. You know what I mean? For sure. So it's a good pick.
Running it back.
With the same squad.
Who does Miami go here? So far,
different.
The only new face is Lane Stevenson and Wesley Johnson.
Turn the lights on. Yeah, let them
Everybody
go.
else is playing this league.
They know what to do. Absolutely. And they know what they're going to get. The chemistry is there. They've been battle tested. Now they got to watch their backs. right? And the teams got better, and so
I mean, they even improved the
to defend.
broadcasting team. We got Chris Haynes joining the team.
Right.
It's pretty dang official. That's crazy.
Right. A
Coach,
lot of leveling up.
Yeah.
But I mean, I felt like that every summer though. Ever since I entered in 2022, the league has gotten better every single year.
Right.
That target on your back, but how do you feel about this squad?
They draft a Euro player, Elikas Moldage. Oh wait, I don't know. I don't know if I want to say that again. I don't know if they're trying to trick me into saying something. My name sounds.
Miami is leaking you intel.
No, this is on the comments in here. But I don't know if I want to say that because it almost looks like it's trying to get me to say he likes small dick because I don't remember that name in that and in the pool there. So I'm just gonna leave that one alone. Too much talent in the pool. The league possibly needs more teams. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. Everyone's just gonna have to stay ready, and I mean, you're gonna have a lot of options.
You have the chemistry there, obviously.
Who's gonna draft Jonathan Kuminga?
Is there anything that you
That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
I bet it's just a matter of time until like an active NBA player, not like a big name guy, but like a fringe, like end of the bench type guy, might do something like this during the summertime.
I mean, you could consider guys like a lot of these guys in this league kind of like that in a sense. I mean, I know they haven't played in a while necessarily, but like Lance Stevenson feels like
Montrezl Harrell, yeah.
And Montrezl Harrell just.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow. They went Sean Williams.
Yeah, he played with them last summer.
Oh,
makes sense. Yeah. Sean Williams to round out the squad.
There's so much talent that didn't get picked, man.
So they needed to. They got more size. Yeah.
That's a lot of size too, though. He was blocking everything last summer.
I was gonna say it goes a little under the radar, but I mean he was tied for the most blocks in the league, and I actually think that they screwed him on one block in a game. I remember he got an extra one. They didn't showcase it. If it wasn't for Corey going crazy, he might have been the defensive player of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, Corey was going crazy last summer.
All right, Deshawn, I got to ask you real quick before you go to sleep at 3 a.m., but outside of your team, what team is looking like the biggest threat so far?
Oh, man, outside of my team. That's tough, man. There's so many different names. But 305 is elite. That's a crazy squad. 305 and Detroit. Or no, not Detroit, Chicago.
Solid squad too. Okay,
Chicago's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Out of the 4 new franchises, which team name are you rocking the most?
Out of the new names?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They actually all sound cool. Obviously, I'm an LA guy, so I love the LA Riot. I think that makes the most sense. It's amazing. I really like Detroit's logo though. In terms of like color wise and all that stuff. They got like nice logo. But I would definitely go LA Riot.
Okay, that's fair. I would definitely say that I'm just happy they got away from the 3-punch because they were definitely going to run out of ideas if they kept doing that.
Man, they should have. I think they should. If they're going to change the name of the Ball Hogs, I got a name for them. The Boston 3 Party.
Oh, that's a solid name, actually.
I like that.
Actually, that could come with a cool logo too. Honestly,
I like that. That's very creative.
Wow.
Sheesh.
No. Yeah, I was gonna say no big surprises. I feel like.
Yeah.
It was pretty straightforward. Maybe Chicago and Detroit probably the biggest wild cards. But
Yeah.
Wow.
That 305 though, man.
I mean,
I feel like Bees and Lance.
Yeah,
it's tough.
There's only one basketball though.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only one basketball.
But I mean, that's gonna be tough for sure.
Here's, and I guess it's not the same because that 305 team at this point is pretty well established outside of like Lance never playing in the league. But the first time Bees came to this league, my first thought is that they were going to go crazy, Three's Company, and they struggled for a couple years before they figured it out.
Yeah, you definitely got to get adjusted.
Yeah.
But their core is already adjusted. So I mean,
yeah, that's the only problem.
They got Rio, Beezy, Reggie is always a problem. They're pretty. I think they're gonna be solid. And then obviously Sean played last summer, so
yeah.
Really, Lance is the only guy that hasn't been there.
Yeah, basically just swapped out Nas for Lance Stevenson.
Crazy. I'm still shocked Nas didn't get picked up.
I'm a little shocked too, to be real. A little shocked.
But yeah, I would just say I think it's the size thing.
Yeah.
The league's definitely going more in the size route because a lot of the teams are humongous. So it's tough.
It probably doesn't help too because a lot of the guards are typically captains in this league.
Yeah, exactly.
Walking into the draft, you don't really need guard necessarily. I think two things. One, probably bring back the team for sure, which I'm sure they will at some point. The second part is in 2019 they had 6-man rosters. I'd love to hear your thoughts, actually, Sean. Do you feel like that's too big of teams if you're doing 6-man rosters?
6,
where it's like you could swap in a full like change.
Yeah, change. I would think 6 is too many because a lot of times it's hard to obviously the games only go to 50, so it's hard to manage everybody's time, to where everybody can actually play and make an impact. I feel like if you add another player making it 6, I mean, you're really only going to play. I mean, you can go 25 and 25 for each 3, but it's not really doing it. Sometimes it takes a minute to find that rhythm and to actually, you might not find your rhythm till it gets to 25, So I definitely think 6 would be too many.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But it's I think they got a pretty good format right now. This is a little different though with the owners and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of changing the dynamic. Obviously having host teams, it still feels the same. I guess each city that we host, I think the hosting team is just like the last game or something like that. But it just seems a little bit different, but not too much.
Yeah, I think the host cities will make it cool too. Now y'all will have fan bases kind of supporting you guys in the backs, coming specifically to support you guys. You'll probably see a few more Stevens jerseys in the crowd this year, specifically support the Ball Hogs. So, and I was going to say the past couple of years, Christian, you and John and the rest of the Krause House did a really good job already building that fan base in the first place. So you guys kind of have a head start in terms of
I was actually going to say that, not to cut you off, that Ball Hogs had the best fan base out of all the teams. Every year I've played, I've actually seen like Ball Hog fans, and it's insane to me.
The pig pen is what we call them.
Yeah. Yeah, I see the guy dressed up all the time, every game, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
This is legit.
Yeah, we put in a lot of time and effort to really make the Ball Hogs brand a little bit more unique. I mean, Rick gave us a lot of freedom and stuff like that. For me to contribute with like on the court stuff, scouting stuff, analytic stuff, empowered John to like do a lot of stuff off the court with media and branding and fan engagement. And so, I mean, we did a team podcast essentially last year where Rick and John and I, we interviewed different coaches or players throughout the league every week. It was great. Like we were really building that Ball Hogs brand. So
yeah.
Slow.
Yeah. So if you need a guy, since your guy, he's a underrated asset. But
I would love it.
Appreciate everyone who tuned in. Deshawn, Christian, thank you guys for giving your analysis and your insight, especially you, Deshawn, being so late. Shout out to Zeke for the quick cameo and the quick drop in, and it could be a fun summer. Excited to potentially run this back at some point during the season and see how things are going and look back on this moment here. So thank you guys.
Yes, sir.
And see you guys this summer.
Go Ball Hogs.
Thanks for having me, my guy. I'm going to sleep.
Great to meet you.